Hey everyone, I'm Keisha Charmaine and I'm back. And in this video, I'll be showing you how I did this lock style. But if you want to see that, you gotta fast forward to the end of the video because this video is mainly me taking down my braids and chit-chatting with you guys. So if you're not here for the chit-chat, definitely skip forward. If you want to hear the chit-chat, definitely stay tuned and keep watching. And remember, follow me on Instagram at Keisha Charmaine. Hey everyone, I'm Keisha Charmaine and I'm back with a new video. And in this video, I'll be attempting to emulate a lock style on Chloe Bailey. So for a while, I had been, what's the word? I had writer's block, but with lock styles. So what would you call that? Hairstyle block? I don't know. But I was not very inspired for a while, and then at one moment I realized, Keisha, you can always look to Chloe and Halle because they always have a very fresh and new lock style, whether it be for their performances, for their interviews, for red carpets. Just they always have different lock styles. So shout outs to their loctician, and I don't know who their loctician is. Chloe and Halle, they very often post pictures of themselves in their full look, but I really wish that sometimes they would post just a close-up of their hair and tag their hairstylist, because I would love to know who the stylist is so I can follow them. So if any of you know, maybe I just missed it, maybe some of you know who their loctician is, their lock stylist is, or maybe they have multiple, could you please let me know who they are, because I would love to follow them. So I decided, you know what, let me do a series here on my channel where I try to emulate lock styles that they have. While my locks are much longer than theirs, I'm going to be doing a version, whatever I can. I'm not a loctician, you guys know that, but I do my best. So here's the style that I'm going to be doing today. It is a bun with faux bangs. Now I wanted to do that style in particular today because I have these braids. I'm going to be taking them out to get them styled again tomorrow because I will be modeling again for Keisha tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. But I have to take these braids out so you can style my hair again. So she looks like she has an old braid out or an old twist out or something. Her hair is definitely not perfectly straight here. It's definitely not a fresh braid out, so that will be something different about my style than hers, but I think that it will still come out really good. So I'm gonna try it out. And if you want to skip me chatting, taking out my braids, I'll have a timestamp on the screen so you can skip ahead to that time, and at that point is when I'll be actually styling my hair. But until then, I will be taking out these braids and chopping it up with you guys. So first things first, Chloe and Halle. Guys, Halle. Say it with me. Halle. It's so strange how people can't pronounce H-A-L-L-E when it comes to Chloe and Halle. But y'all don't have no issue pronouncing Halle Berry. It's the same name. It's spelled the same. It's the same name. Y'all been saying Halle Berry for the last 30 years, but y'all can't say Chloe and Halle. I don't get it. Y'all love to say Chloe and Haley. What? No one ever accidentally says Halle Berry. I don't get it. I mean, some of y'all say Holly. Some of y'all say Holly Berry, like H-O-L-L-Y. Some of y'all do say that. And just hope y'all know that that's not right. But no one ever says Chloe and Holly. But whatever. Whatever. Just know it's Halle, guys. Halle. Rhymes with Sally. Hope that helps. Okay, so now that that's out the way, shout outs to them. I stan Chloe and Halle. Like, I stan them. You know, I am all about representation when it comes to black women with locks. I am here for representation in beauty spaces. While they're not necessarily in the beauty space directly, they are indirectly. They are singers, they are actresses, and that with that naturally you become a beauty a representation of beauty in the media naturally. So I'm here for it. I love to see black women with locks doing it big and just being seen, making their presence known. I know I've spoken on this many times on my channel, and I have gotten like mixed feedback. A lot of people feel like representation doesn't matter, but I mean, yeah, you're allowed to have your own opinion, but to me it matters. It matters, and the reason why it matters to me is because when, for instance, I hate to bring this example up. Because I always bring it up, but it is what it is. Chadwick Boseman. If you follow me for any amount of time, y'all know Chadwick Boseman was my theater teacher. Chadwick Boseman had been such a huge inspiration for me. Not because I wanted to be an actor, although low-key, but not for that. Just the fact that I've seen him before he was successful in real life, and then I saw him on TV when he became successful. That on its own was inspirational for me, because he ended up becoming like a symbol of, we made it, you know, we made it. So when you see someone, basically when you see someone who looks like you or who's from where you're from, I mean, Chadwick Boseman, I believe he's from South Carolina. I'm not from South Carolina, I'm from New York. But the fact is, when I was a teenager, he was where I was at. He was in my high school teaching me improv and script writing and acting. So basically seeing him make it was an inspiration for me. And very often people don't have inspiration. Like, people don't see people make it. Sometimes you need an example to know that it's possible for you. I hope that makes sense. So what I'm really saying is why representation matters is because I know for a fact that somebody, I mean, this is very, very, very small scale, but I know for a fact someone is watching me on YouTube. They're seeing my channel, they're seeing my business, and I know that they're inspired to do what it is that they want to do. And obviously I don't have like such a huge impact as someone like a Chadwick Boseman or someone like Chloe and Halle, but I'm sure I'm inspiring somebody. Somebody out there is inspiring me. Even if I'm just inspiring you to lock your hair. Because I know a lot of people have told me that I helped motivate them to lock their hair, or at least to stay committed on their journey. So even if I'm doing that much, that means I'm impactful. That means I have represented locks in a good way. That means representation matters. So I hope that makes sense. So back to Chloe and Halle, right? So I believe I was like in college, or maybe fresh out of college. I'm not quite sure when I first heard of them, but I used to be into covers on YouTube, child. I love a cover. I love a good cover. And I would just watch random people on YouTube singing a song. Like, if I was feeling a song, I would just look up that song and see covers and see who was singing it. And of course I came across Chloe and Halle. Like, well, their covers went viral often, and it was just like, wow, like, these little girls, at the time they were probably like 10 and 12, like, these little girls have such powerful voices. And it was just like, oh, and look at them with their little locks. Okay, girls, like, just love to see it, and just to see their progression over the years. Like, they put out albums, and they put out and they became actors. So dope. Like, the first album, they had some songs in there that I really enjoyed. Cool People, guys, namely, there's a few others, but Cool People is like the best in my opinion. And that song brings me to tears when they perform it live, especially. That can bring me to tears, and I adore it. So I have been following them on social media, and I was paying attention, and they were saying that their album was coming out soon. So of course I was waiting for their album to drop, and their album dropped during quarantine last year, and that album, Ungodly Hour, that album did it for me. That album to me is no skips. That album to me shows their maturity. That shows that they're not these little girls anymore. Haha. Watch out world, I'm grown now. Grownish, love it. I love that show. I really love Grownish. And I thought that I wouldn't like it that much because I felt like maybe I'm a little too grown for that. Because it's about college, and I graduated college in 2013, child. But I guess I'm not that disconnected because I thoroughly enjoy Grownish. I thoroughly enjoy Grownish. And yeah, so Ungodly Hour, amazing album, amazing album. When they first dropped Do It, I'm like, okay, this is different for them. This is a lot more R&B than, or like R&B pop than I'm familiar with them putting out. Their music was kind of alternative. I don't even want to use the word alternative because that word is so vague, but their music was just very different. And not in a bad way. It was just, I couldn't really categorize it. But Do It, that is Scott Storch on the beat. Like, that is a club song. That is, you know, that is a banger. So I'm like, okay, this giving me an idea what the album's gonna be like. Yes and no. The album isn't so much like party music, but it is more mature, you know, in that way. So amazing. Forgive Me. Now that song brought me to tears one day. I remember, I mean, it was the divine timing of it all, right? I remember last year, it was, I guess, in the fall, winter, it was the winter. I was talking to somebody, and I decided it was time to hang it up, right? It was time to hang it up. Because I'm at the point in my life where, like, I am about progress. I have certain goals. If I can't reach those goals with you, then I can't entertain you. I'm just not at that point in my life where I could just be having these little friends, you know what I'm saying? So I was like ending it, and it was via text. Child. It was via text. So we had the conversation via text. And the thing is, we had a conversation a couple times before, so it wasn't like brand new. So we had the conversation. Mind you, I'm in an Uber, and I have my Apple Music playing on shuffle. So right after I sent the text, and then he said we had to say, and then I had block, because you gotta block people, guys. You have to block people. Sometimes you need to block people. Like, it's not petty, it's not childish. Sometimes you have to do what you gotta do for you, right? So I blocked, right when I blocked him, Forgive Me comes on. I'm like, oh Lord. Now I'm really listening to the words. And while that song is not directly, like, it doesn't directly have to do with our situation, it was a particular line in the song. It was, oh you lie, give me back all my time. Give me back all my time. Did you hear what I said earlier? I was saying how I'm at that age where I don't have time to be playing these games. You know what I'm saying? I have goals. So in the song when I think it's Halle goes, oh you lie. Is it Halle? I think it's Halle. I think that's Halle's part. She's like, oh you lie, give me back all my time. At that point, tears. I was like, yes, no, Lord. Give me back my time. My time. Time is money. Pay me. Like, not literally pay me, but I mean, give me back my time. So, reclaiming my time. Reclaiming my time. Speaking of reclaiming my time, Jasmine Sullivan, her new song, Tragic. I saw her perform it at the BET Awards. And Queen Maxine came out and said her little thing at first. But then in the song, I don't know the words yet. I haven't listened to that song much, but she says, what did she say? Oh God, they're doing fireworks. Firecrackers. Alright. They stopped. It's gonna start back. Just so you know, they're not shooting. I'm in the Jamaica area, but this ain't South Side. Let me not say that. Let me not say that. I'm just kidding, guys. No offense. I just hate offending people. If they're not from the Bronx, I hate offending people. I'm just kidding again. I'm kidding, I promise. I promise. But so yeah, so in Jasmine Sullivan's song, she says reclaiming my time. In that, I think she's saying probably the same kind of message that Halle was saying in that part of the song. Get me back on my time. But yes, moving on. Child, this is gonna take me forever. I'm gonna be running my mouth for a while. So so yeah, so Forgive Me was a really dope song. I don't know the track list by heart, so should I pull it up? No, I don't want to pull it up. So what other song I really like on there? Tipsy, that's cute. That song is cute. Baby Boy. No, not Baby Boy. Busy Boy. Child. Busy Boy. I love that song. And it was just a lot of speculation that that song is about Diggy Simmons. It's alleged. I'm not sure if it's been confirmed. I think it has been confirmed. But Chloe was dating Diggy Simmons. Now, listen to me getting into my Gen Z and my Gen Z drama. Mind you, I'm a whole millennial, okay? So I might get this wrong a little bit because I'm getting in other generations' business. But Chloe Bailey was dating Diggy Simmons. Mind you, they met on, well, most likely they met on set of Grownish, because on the show their characters are on like a on again off again relationship, right? But what the streets are saying is that Chloe Bailey was talking to Diggy. Meanwhile, Diggy got a whole girlfriend and baby at home, right? I mean, at the time, I don't think she had the baby. I think she was just pregnant. And in the song Busy Boy, how does it go? I think I just stumbled on your girlfriend's page. Congratulations. I think that the baby's coming any day. Something like that. I'm like, okay, I think this is about Diggy, because he definitely had a baby on her, kind of. I mean, I don't know how serious Chloe and Diggy were, but I mean, as far as I know, it could have been more serious to Chloe than it was to Diggy. Like, maybe Diggy was just talking to her. Chloe could have taken it too serious. You never know how these situations go. But Busy Boy is a really good song. I like that song a lot. Ooh. I wonder what she thinks of me. I really like that song. I mean, that song is a little trifling, but their vocals on that song, unmatched. Unmatched. I mean, I think I said earlier how Cool People, their vocals on Cool People, like, brought me to tears. Their vocals on I Wonder What She Thinks of Me, I adore. It's probably, I don't know if it's touching Cool People, but they give me chills on that too. Yeah. Oh, and it's just the melody is like, oof. And you know, also the subject matter of that song, it just makes you like feel some kind of way. I don't know, but that song is really good. And they were nominated for a Grammy. I would say they were robbed, but I believe Lettucey won that one. And so I'm gonna let the Academy rock. Is it the Academy? I think the Academy is for Oscars, right? What you call it for the Grammys, child? I don't know. But the Grammy voters, they voted for, they gave it to Lettucey, so I ain't tripping. She was another locked queen. Well, does she still have locks? Actually, I'm not sure if she still has locks. I forget. I feel like she might have like shaved her sides or something, or did she? I forget. I forget. Anyway, so yeah. Speaking of nominations, they did not. Okay, hold up. So during this whole quarantine, Chloe and Halle, they were holding it down with their performances. So so you know how everybody was doing like these virtual performances for everything, whether it be for the award shows or for like talk shows or just doing concerts for their fans. They were obviously doing them virtually, and Chloe and Halle, they were just so creative with their visuals, like for their music videos and for their their like performances. So I was like just really annoyed that they didn't win anything this award season. They didn't win a Grammy. They didn't win a BET award. They gave Silk Sonic, aka Bruno Mars, and Anderson .Paak. They gave Silk Sonic Best Duo. They have one single out. One single. And every time they perform Leave the Door Open, they look the same with their uncle outfit on. Like, give me a break. Mind you, I love Bruno Mars. He is probably my favorite male artist. But y'all have one single out. Chloe and Halle have an amazing album. They were killing all those performances. And y'all couldn't give them nothing. Like, I didn't like that. And you know, very often these award shows, they give certain stars awards just so that they can be sure to come and perform. You know, Bruno Mars is a really big star, so he probably wouldn't have come to the BET Awards if he wasn't guaranteed a win. So I get that, but that's really insulting to give Silk Sonic Best Duo with one song. That category had Chloe and Halle's name written all over it, but let me relax. It is still very early. It's still, while Chloe and Halle have been working hard for their whole life, it's still pretty early in their career. They have plenty of time to win BET Awards and Grammys and stuff. And that's not even what validates their career anyway, so I ain't tripping. I mean, I am tripping, as you can see, but but it's all good. But yeah, back to the album. What are the songs I like on the album? I'm not about to pull it up because I can't think. Oh yeah, the title track, Ungodly Hour. I like that song. I like that song. It has a vibe that's very something about it gives me like retro, like throwback. Like also, oh, they also have another song on there that gives me throwback for sure. It gives me Prince. What is it called? Let me see. Don't Make It Harder on Me. I love that song. I love what it's about, and I love the music. I love how they're singing. It's very Prince. Very, very Prince. I love it. So yeah, those are my favorites on the album. Forgive Me, Do It, Busy Boy, I Wonder What She Thinks of Me, and Don't Make It Harder on Me. Those are my very favorite. So right now, y'all, I'm not even halfway through my hair yet, and I'm running my mouth, child. It's a long video. But yeah, so right now Halle is in London filming The Little Mermaid. And can I be honest with you? Little Mermaid, I don't really like that movie that much. I'm so happy that she's being Ariel. Like I saw a picture of her, like paparazzi type of picture of her filming on set, and her hair was like in like a, how can I describe the color? Like a copper. It was like a copper color, and I'm like, why they couldn't give her red? They wish I would have given her red. So, but I don't know, maybe like that was just, I feel like that was Ariel above ground when I saw her, like when she got legs. So maybe her color changed at that point. Cause I'm like, I just really wish that she had like red hair. But I mean, whatever. I don't care that much. I'm really happy that she's playing a Disney princess. I think that's really, really cool. And she has the best voice for it. She has such a like a whimsical, such a airy, like a pretty voice. Like her voice is so angelic. So and even her talking voice is like that. Like she has such a beautiful voice to play a Disney princess. So I'm totally here for it. Like, and it's beautiful how like her voice is so contrasting to Chloe's voice. Well, I mean, while Chloe can do beautiful highs, I am more impressed by Chloe's lows. Like I love when Chloe sings low. Oh, I love it. And ooh, it's hurt my eyes. I'm looking too close at this braid, child. I'm wearing contacts, and my contacts are mostly for distance. Like my vision is for sucks and go like for the distance. So looking up close at things with my contacts in like hits me like I take a shot of Casamigos or something. Yeah, so I was never really a big fan of Little Mermaid. Like I don't really know them songs neither. Like Under the Sea, that's like it. That's it. Growing up, my movies were The Lion King, Pocahontas. When it comes to Disney, like, or musicals, I mean that's really it. Like I wasn't really into like the white princesses very much. I wonder why. I mean, was I always like just like pro black and I didn't know? I don't know. Like I don't know. I mean Cinderella, I don't know them songs in Cinderella. Like that's a really good indicator of like if you really like that movie. Do you know them songs? I don't know the songs on any other Disney movie besides Lion King. I know all the songs Lion King. And I know a few in Pocahontas. Aladdin wasn't really my ish. Although A Whole New World is a bop. I don't know any other songs in that. I don't even really know the plot of Aladdin, honestly. What was I watching when I was a kid? What was I watching? I don't remember. What other? Well, I remember I really liked Annie. But I liked Annie because, I mean, that's not a Disney movie, but it's a musical. I really liked Annie because my class, well, my school, like, and I think I was in the third grade. I was third grade, and we did a play, Annie, and I was just in the chorus. I didn't act in that one. So I know all the songs. I know all of them songs. Still to this day, I know all of those songs. And we also did a play, the Snow White, but we had called it Glow Bright because my school was black and Latino, when none of us Snow White. So they made I remember they forced my friend Rana. Shout out to Rana. How you doing, Rana? I can't find you on social media. But they had made Rana play Glow Bright because she was the lightest. She was the fairest. I thought that was really weird. That I remember the moment when they just told her, you're going to play Glow Bright because you're the lightest skinned one. Problematic, yo. Problematic. But she was cool with it. She was cool with it. And she did a good job, I think. And she was Rana was Puerto Rican, or is Puerto Rican and Jamaican, but she just looked straight Puerto Rican, like a pale Puerto Rican. Yeah, she was very pale. But yeah, her mom was black Jamaican. Her dad looked like what's the word? What is the like Amerindian? Like a Native American, like that kind of Puerto Rican. But she came out very light. So let's get back to Chloe and Halle, right? So again, if you're having hairstyle block, if you're not feeling inspired to do new lock styles, look at Chloe and Halle. And again, I will try my best to like keep up with a playlist here on YouTube doing different Chloe and Halle lock styles so that I can give you some examples. And of course, I'm going to be doing the more like achievable styles because sometimes the styles that they do, like, you clearly need help. You clearly need a professional. You clearly need a loctician to achieve that. They're still achievable, but I'm going to be doing these on my own, so I'll do the simple ones because I know you guys want to see styles that you can actually achieve. While it's entertaining to look at styles that you can do just to see how beautiful they come out, I know you guys will actually want to be able to do some styles. So I'm going to show you the ones that I actually feel confident that I can pull off. They shooting. So Chloe Bailey. So while Halle is in London recording Little Mermaid, Halle's been in LA I know she wrapped up, I believe they wrapped up shooting the next season. Was it season 4? I think it was season 4. What season? I think it's season 4 of Grownish. So I'm really looking forward to season 4 of Grownish. So the way they wrote it in the show, they wrote it that like that Halle's character made it to the Olympics. They were both track runners, and Chloe's character didn't make the cut, so she's staying while Halle's going. And yeah, so that's how they wrote it. That's basically how they wrote her off. So I wonder if she's gonna actually like be in any scenes, maybe like via FaceTime or something. I don't know. That'd be nice. But the way it seems, she's not gonna be in this next season. She's been in London for a long time, for many months now. So I wonder how long it's gonna take for her to finish filming. I think she might be almost done, actually. I think I remember Chloe saying that she'll be back in July. So she's probably gonna might be back this month. That'd be cool. Chloe just had a birthday. She just turned 23. Fun fact. Cancer. Shouts to the Cancers. You know, I'm a water sign. Shouts to the Cancers. My face is beat. I just noticed that. I wasn't looking at the screen for this whole thing. I was looking at the lens, or just looking around. But yeah, Grownish is such a good show. I mean, I know like a lot of people found it problematic because the topics that they cover, they were kind of brushing the surface. But you guys gotta remember, it's a comedy. It's a comedy at the end of the day. And while they do want to bring up certain discussions, it's not the duty of a comedy to like really get to the meat and potatoes of these multi-layered subjects. While maybe they could, they don't have to. It's a comedy. I think it's really good that they're even addressing certain topics in the first place. Like, well, that was more so season 1. As the seasons progressed, the shows weren't so much about topics. It was more so storylines for what the characters are going through. But initially, it was very much, this episode is about college students taking drugs to stay awake and do their work. This episode was about colorism and preference, and this episode is about sexting and text etiquette with the guy you're dating, and how the lines get blurred. This episode, you know what I'm saying, it was very much like, we're gonna address different issues that kids go through in college, or that black people deal with. But as the show progressed, it's more so like following the characters and their storylines. And I mean, Yara Shahidi, I love her. She's a gem. She's a doll. But her character is so annoying, child. I mean, she's funny. She be making me laugh. But her character is so annoying. Like, she's so annoying. But I noticed that when it comes to a lot of TV shows, the main character tends to be the most, like, annoying character. Is it just me? Did you ever notice that? Like, Girlfriends. Tracee Ellis Ross, love her. Hilarious. Joan, so funny. But she was so annoying too. She was so annoying. It's funny because, you know, Tracee Ellis Ross plays Yara Shahidi's mom on Blackish, Grownish, you know. But so annoying. What other show? One-on-One. I don't know why this came to my mind, but One-on-One, I rewatched it on Netflix. And I had rewatched it on YouTube in my adult life. And I felt like, oh my god, this Brianna, she is annoying. I could not stand her. I could not stand her. I mean, you like her, you know, but you can't stand her. I could not stand her. Who else? What other shows? Moesha? Don't get me started. Moesha, I wouldn't use the word annoying for her, but I could not stand her. I couldn't. Obviously, I loved her growing up, but rewatching it as an adult, you want to smack this child. Like, well, I shouldn't say that, right? That's bad to say. Well, she was a teenager, right? So that makes it a little better. But she was awful. She was awful to her friends. She was awful to D. I mean, I get it. I get it. I mean, I get it. I get why she was awful to D for a bit. But she warmed up to D eventually. So that I appreciate that. Her father was awful to her too. Like, I mean, not always, but sometimes, like, he was just, you know what? People do their best. People try their best. But Moesha, she was so self-righteous. I could not stand her. Could not stand it. She always looking down her nose at somebody. Power. Ghost. Terrible. Terrible. And you know, like in the first, I'll give him the first season. The first season, I didn't feel like that. I didn't feel like that. What's the word? Not empathize. Sympathize. I sympathized with him the first season. Because for those of you who watch Power, you know he was a big time. For those of you who haven't watched Power, Omari Hardwick, his character James, aka Ghost, he was a big time drug dealer who was trying to get out of the game and go legit and be a legit, like a legal, a law-abiding businessman. That was his aspirations after he had dominated the drug game, and he just wanted to really settle down and live a safe life. He wanted to, I mean, some people want to do that for the rest of their life, but he didn't think that it was sustainable as far as like him surviving. Like I remember him saying to his wife, he said in one scene, he said like, how many old drug dealers do you know? His point was that they get killed. He was trying to get out the game, and his wife was not being supportive, until he ended up finding reconnecting with his high school sweetheart, who was really supportive of him, but at the same time she didn't really know who he really was. So he was kind of like, he was just living a double life for a little bit, like, because he wasn't getting the support at home, but he was getting some support from his old flame. Although if his old flame knew who he became, if she knew he was a drug dealer, she wouldn't have been as supportive of him. So I mean, it gets worse and worse and worse. Like, of course, yes, he's cheating on his wife, but at the same time, like, I'm not the moral majority. Like, I understand real life. As I've gotten older and like I've seen different things in life, I understand that people make decisions. At the end of the day, people do their best. Like really, you have to remember that at the end of the day, people do their best. People do the best they can. You know, based on their own experiences growing up, that's going to shape their perspectives on life. For instance, and I see this every day, like I was having a conversation, I don't want to say too much. I would just say, like, a lot of times people who, if they were raised in a broken home, they don't want that for their kids. They don't want their kids to have that experience, so they shooting. So they will stay in a relationship or in a marriage with somebody who they don't necessarily want to be with, but they have children together, so they're gonna stay together so that they can keep their nuclear family together. While to some people, like, that's not the priority. The priority is not keeping a nuclear family. The priority is being happy, because the kids are gonna adjust, and you know, they'll be fine. And that's my school of thought. I feel like the kids will be fine. Like, I wouldn't be such a sacrificial, a self-sacrificing person, not in that way, not me personally, because I just know, like, I've my own experience. For instance, my parents were married. I saw them together. I don't really remember. I don't really have memories of them being happy. I mean, I'm not saying they weren't at any point, but I don't remember. I do remember them being miserable together, and being in a household with miserable parents is miserable. So I'm just more in. So if you really want to support your kids, you don't want to be miserable. You want to be happy. So I think in those situations it is best to leave. But again, you know, it's not that simple always. It's not that simple. Leaving isn't always easy. You know, they say it's cheaper to keep her, and not only that, but you're really uprooting your life. Like some people would really be uprooting their entire lives by getting divorced and things like that. So I'm not advocating cheating at all. I am advocating you doing what you think is best for you. But I would prefer that everyone is honest about how they're feeling and what their needs are and things of that like that. But Ghost, he was cheating on his wife, and it was in a manner. At first, it was in a manner which you kind of understand, because like his wife is not. She wants him to be doing bad. She wants him to be selling drugs still. Like, so you kind of understood, but at the same time, like, leave her. Like, you can leave her. I mean, it's not that simple. It's not that simple. So like, to me, that's why Power was so interesting. I mean, that was part of the reason why the actual drug dealing aspect of the show was very interesting too. Like, and 50 Cent's character, like, it was. That show was not very well written. It wasn't. It really wasn't. Especially as the show progressed. I think that it was probably best in the very beginning. I don't know if they anticipated the show going on as long as it did, because the writing progressively declined as the show went on. And Ghost, he progressively got more and more, what's the word, intolerable to me. So yeah, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about characters, lead characters on shows that get on your nerves. That's why I started talking about Ghost, and I ended up going on a damn rant about cheating and staying in your relationships for the kids. But whatever. So I only have two more braids left. Oh my god, I was having so much fun running my mouth, and I'm almost done with these braids. Is there another character that I could think of? Another main character on a TV show? What am I watching lately? My favorite show right now is probably Queen Sugar. I enjoy all the characters on that. I enjoy all of them. I enjoy them very much. Prior to Queen Sugar taking the throne, as far as my favorite shows, it was How to Get Away with Murder. But that finished. When did that show finish? That show finished right before, like, right in the beginning of quarantine. I love that show so much. I love the show that I guess that the writing did also decline on that show, but it was just executed so well to me. It was. Viola Davis is so amazing. Viola Davis is so good. I was actually just rewatching Get On Up. That's Chadwick Boseman playing James Brown. Because my sister didn't see it, and she was in town, and I wanted her to see it, so I was watching it with her. Viola Davis she played James Brown's mother. James Brown's story, man, I don't know how much of that movie is like true to his story, but golly, if that's his life, if that was his life, boy, some people, you just gotta just be like, wow, like, how did they make it out of their circumstances? Like, how, like, it had to have been divine intervention, child. Like, this boy was raised in the woods and then raised in a brothel. And he just so happened to have been in prison when, like, the singer discovered him and put him like, wow, like, if that's really what happened, then that's amazing. So shout outs to James Brown. Speaking of James Brown, Bobby Brown and Keith Sweat had their verses yesterday. Now, I love me some, like, throwback music, but honestly, I was never, like, really into Keith Sweat's music. I mean, when I listened to the verses, there were some songs I didn't know that he was a part of. Like, for instance, that one song by Silk, I didn't know. I mean, I'm late, I'm slow or whatever, but that song, I wanna lick you up and down till you say you stop. I did not realize that was Silk featuring Keith Sweat. It's like, did they sample his voice or something? I don't know how to like, what Keith Sweat got to do with that song? Did he write it? Is his voice in that? That song is fire though. And of course, Nobody make you want to do a nice little body roll. You know, Nobody, child. Of course, Make It Last Forever is beautiful. But listen, like, when it comes to like old music, listen, my parents were never like really the type of people to play music like in the house while we're cleaning and stuff. I mean, they did it would be either gospel music or it would be like reggae music, like real reggae, or even something like dance hall, but like, you know, like 90s dance hall. The 90s dance hall is not the same as like dance hall today. Like, I'm not talking about no Vibes Cartel. Like, they would not play that in the house, but definitely like, you know, like Them I Bleach, you know, Murder She Wrote, you know, like them songs. Like I feel like I'm singing all the same. Is it the same rhythm? That's all the Murder She Wrote rhythm, right? I think but yeah, like that kind of music and like gospel, but they weren't, or even in Motown, like the Temptations and Marvin Gaye, that kind of music we were listening to. I wasn't really listening, they weren't really playing like 90s R&B, so I had to discover 90s R&B on my own for the most part. Like, so like and Keith Sweat, who just was never somebody I ended up like learning and exploring, besides those singles I just mentioned. But Bobby Brown, listen, like my favorite parties to go to would be the throwback parties, like the 90s parties, the 80s parties, and they always play Bobby Brown music. So that's how I know Bobby Brown's music for the most part. I have to go to those parties. Yeah, that's how I know Bobby Brown's music. Oh man, I love me a 90s party. So I was happy to see it. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I was happy to see Bobby Brown. He was doing a little dance here and there. I'm like, okay, look at Bobby. Yeah. But my favorite verses, still, I don't care what nobody say, my favorite verses is still Erykah Badu versus Joe Scott. I loved it. I also enjoyed Monica versus Brandy. While it was still very cringe, but I still enjoyed it. I liked Ashanti and Keisha Cole. Bow Wow and Soulja Boy. Oh, I feel free. Bow Wow and Soulja Boy was very entertaining. What else? You hear them shooting? I mean, yeah, Teddy Riley and Babyface, when like their second go around was really, really good. Oh, Timbaland and Swizz Beatz. That's definitely one of my favorites too. Timbaland and Swizz Beatz, that was everything. Swizz Beatz was on one. I noticed in the replay they edited out certain things he was saying. Like, he was coming for Justin Timberlake. Y'all really got me running my mouth. This is gonna be a long video. It's gonna take forever to upload. Alicia Keys and John Legend, I like that one too. I'm probably forgetting some that I really enjoyed. D'Angelo's verses was only him. I think I mentioned that on my YouTube already. Like, I spoke on this before. I love D'Angelo. I go up for D'Angelo. Like, don't play with me when it comes to D'Angelo. Don't play with me. Like, 2019, I think that was 2019, I went to Tribeca Film Festival to see his documentary, hoping by chance that he would be there. He was not there. but it was packed up in there. And his documentary was very nice. I mean, I didn't learn anything that I didn't already know because I'm already a D'Angelo stan, and he didn't really spill too much tea. But yeah, I was able to buy some merch from his verses though. That was pretty cool. Alright, so my braids are done. So here's the braid out. Super long. So to do this hairstyle, I think I just need a ponytail holder. So I'm going to start off with just like a nice thick ponytail holder. So let me pull up the style again so y'all can see, so I can see for reference. So it's a high bun. It's a high messy bun with lock bangs. So essentially, if you see somebody doing lock bangs and you know they don't have cut lock bangs, what they're doing is using the ends of their hair as the bang, like placed well. So let's figure this out, okay? So actually, I'm gonna start off using 2 locks. I'm gonna use 2 locks in the middle of my hair. Those are thick and strong. I'm gonna help to use that to form my ponytail. So I'm gonna start off with a ponytail. If you're ever having trouble forming a bun, just start off with a ponytail, guys. Just ladies and gentlemen. So I'm gonna use those hairs, wrap it around. Remember, this is a messy bun, so it doesn't have to be perfect. And when you're doing messy buns, it's really, really good to do them with a braid out or old curls or old twist out or something like that. This is so cute on its own. Like, it's just a ponytail, high braid out ponytail. But yeah, when you're doing messy buns, it's really good to start off with a braid out because the braids help to give you more. It makes the mess look more intentional and not just like, oh, she don't know what she's doing with her hair. So now I'm like forming the bangs, right? Again, you see how she did it? Is it gonna focus on her? The bangs are like, well, the bangs are here, and then the bangs on the side are a little longer. So I'm gonna just keep tugging and pulling and placing. As a matter of fact, what I'll do first, I'll secure, where'd I put it? I'll secure it, here it is. I'll secure it first and then I'll adjust it. I don't have to put it on tight, just put it on right there. And now I look emo because you can't see my eyes. Okay, so we're gonna just pull it up, push it up until it's at the length that I desire. So again, we want the ones in the middle to be just above the eyes, like at the eyebrows. I like for my eyebrows to show, so I want them above my eyebrows. I think that's how Chloe had it anyway. So at this point, it's really just adjustments. You're just pulling and tugging and tucking. So like these at the frames, these are so cute. I like the way it looks looking in my mirror. I like the way that looks there. Got this hanging down. I'll just tuck that in. I actually really like the way these loose ones look too. Although she didn't have any loose strands in her hairstyle, I'm gonna do it anyway because I like the way it looks. And my hair is longer, I can get away with that. Ha! Ha! I can get away with it. You can get away with it too if your hair is shorter. I'm just talking. Okay. So I want to be a little fuller. I'm gonna see if I can get more strands to come through for my bangs. I'll put this aside. I think that's it. I'm gonna go with this. Wait, I want this eyebrow to show better. Don't be cruel. You know, Bobby Brown taught me the word prerogative. Actually, I first heard the word on Family Matters. Auntie Rachel, Aunt Rachel. There was one point when she was like, "It's my prerogative," and then she started dancing, and I didn't get it. I'm like, "What's that all about?" Mind you, I was a little girl when Family Matters came on. Okay, I was a little girl. She was like, "It's my prerogative," and I'm like, "What? What?" I was like, "What?" And somebody had to tell me. I don't know if my dad told me, my sister, I don't know. Somebody had to tell me, "Oh, that's the song. That's the song, Bobby Brown." I'm like, "What's prerogative?" It's probably my mom. I don't know. And they had to break down what prerogative meant. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I remember hearing the song again in Love and Basketball, in the scene when I can't get this locked to behave. In the scene where they had their spring dance. Okay. That was so random, right? Okay, here's the style. I really like it. It's so cute. The thing about me is I've always been this way. I don't really like hair in my face. I don't. But it looks so cute, right? You know, when I was like a teenager, and I had my relaxer, I would like, whenever I had a fresh relaxer, I would wear my hair in a sweep. Like very Aaliyah-esque. Like, very early 2000s, 90s, like a sweep. You know what a sweep is. I used to do my hair like that all the time. But when it came down to like my hair being actually loose and in my face, I always hated it. I always hated it. I mean, I always love the way it looks, but I just hate, it feels like a bother, like you're touching my face. Like, I don't like it. But this is cute. I came to a point where I can sacrifice a little bit of comfort for a look. So this is me sacrificing a little bit of comfort because, again, I don't like hair on my face. It kind of makes me itch a little bit, but I love the way this looks. I'm going to take a bunch of pictures and then take it down. Actually, I may not take it down. I may just like move the bangs off of my forehead and off my face so that I can like and wrap it up to go to sleep. So I can wear it like this tomorrow without having to redo it. So I'm going to give that a try. Thank you so much. I hope that was really simple. I think it really was really simple. And I just made like an hour-long video to show this 2-minute hairstyle, but hope you enjoyed hearing me run my mouth. I don't do that very often on my channel, so every now and then it's pretty cool. Thank you so much for watching, and follow me on Instagram if you don't already, at Keisha Charmaine. And I'm definitely down and open for you to send me some Chloe and Halle hairstyles. If you want to see me recreate any of those styles, I will attempt to do so if I feel like I can. Okay, so definitely tag me in their pictures or DM them to me, email, whatever. Please let the pictures be kind of clear so I can get the idea of what's going on. Or if it's a video, send me their video or whatever. Cool. Thank you so much for watching. Visit www.keishacharmaine.com and shop for your horsetail leaf growth oil, your emu oil growth drops, and your rose water moisturizer, which is not within reach right now. Also have infinity head wraps, which just restocked. Check out the infinity head wraps, they're on sale, as well as your other lock care needs. Check out my shop, www.keishacharmaine.com. Follow me on Instagram at Keisha Charmaine. Thanks for watching. Love, light, and locks. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up and remember to subscribe. You can always visit www.keishacharmaine.com for hair growth products, hair accessories, and more. But don't leave just yet. Check out my featured video and my latest video.